Hello, welcome to the homework review for homework 2.1, Introducing Addition of Integers, ACE problems 1, 2, and 3 on page 32. Our last investigation talked about adding and some subtracting with positive and negative numbers, but we only used the number line in the CHIP model. Today in class, we talked about an algorithm that we could use to add negative numbers that will always work. An algorithm is a set of steps that you can use every time. What we came up with in class, that if you have an addition problem where the signs are both the same, they're both positive or they're both negative, you just add them and you take the sign. So if you have positive 12 plus positive 4, you get positive 16. Negative 12 plus negative 4 would be negative 16. The second algorithm we designed was for if you had one with a positive and one with a negative. With that, we said you take the absolute value. You take the distance of that number from 0. So negative 4, the absolute value would be 4. Negative 8 would be 8. You take the absolute value of the two values and you subtract the smaller from the larger, and then you take the sign of the larger number. So we'll use that algorithm to answer these questions below. So again, we're not supposed to use a calculator, you're just supposed to see if you can use your algorithm to solve these. Positive 12 plus positive 4, they're both positive, so you just add them. 12 plus 4 is 16, take the sign positive. Positive 12 plus negative 4, we have opposite signs, so we just take just the 12, just the 4. We say 12 minus 4, it's 8. The bigger number has a positive, so it's positive 8. Negative 12 plus 4, same thing. We just take the 12 minus 4, we get 8. But this time our larger number is negative, so we get negative 8. Negative 7 plus negative 8, they're both the same sign, so you just add them and take the sign. 7 and 8 is 15, you get a negative 15. Positive 4.5 plus a negative 3.8, opposite signs, so you subtract and take the sign of the larger, positive 7 tenths. Negative 4 and 5 tenths plus a positive 3 and 8 tenths, opposite signs, so you subtract the smaller from the larger, 4.5 minus 3.8, take the sign of the larger, negative 0.7, 7 tenths. Negative 250 plus a negative 750, same sign, add them and take the sign, negative 1,000. Negative 6,200 plus a positive 1,200. One sign's negative, one's positive, so you subtract the smaller from the larger. You get 5,000. Take the sign of the larger, it's a negative, negative 5,000. Positive 7,500 plus a negative 2,500, opposite, so you subtract, take the sign of the larger, positive 5 tenths. Positive 2/3 plus a negative 1/6, they're opposite signs, so again you subtract, you can subtract the smaller from the larger. 2/3 is the same as 4/6, so 4/6 minus 1/6 is 3/6, which is 1/2, and you take the sign of the larger one, positive 1/2. Negative 5/2 plus 2/3, you end up with a positive 1/4, they're opposite, subtract, take the larger sign, same thing, common denominators. Negative 8/5 plus a negative 3/5, they're the same size, so you just add them together, you get negative 11/5. That's the first section. Finding each sum, same thing here, only we're using decimals, but it's the same idea. Positive 3/8 plus positive 3 and 8 tenths plus positive 2 and 7 tenths, you get a positive 6.5. Negative and negative, you just add and take the sign, so it's a negative 6 and 5 tenths. Here you have opposite, so you subtract. 3.8 minus 2.7, you get 1.1. The larger value has a negative, so it's negative 1.1. Here's the same problem, but the larger number is the positive, so you get positive 1.1. Write an addition number sentence that matches each diagram. So they're just saying how do you get from one to the other. So you say a positive 15 plus a negative 35 gives you a negative 20. Here you're at the 5. So we're going to add this time, negative 2 plus a positive 7 gives you a positive 5. Here, because we're going again in this direction, we're starting with a negative 10 plus a positive 14 gives you a positive 4. And our secret word for our recording today will be chicken, since we're going in the lab tomorrow. Chicken, C-H-I-C-K-E-N, chicken. On this one, we're starting at the 60, subtracting 100 or adding a negative 100 and getting negative 40. So positive 60 plus a negative 100 gives you negative 40. And that's the homework review for today. Thanks.